So moving forward, we're going to examine the widgets and the functionality of the web application. As verse 2, our prior section, we just went over the layers and some visual observations you can make. Now we actually get into the interactiveness of the web application. So the first widget that we have, starting from the top left, is adding a crime incident. Now this was made possible by making the crime layer editable in the back end of the overview page in the settings for the crime layer. So an example of how this would be used is essentially a police officer that's on patrol and receives a call could update this layer in near real time. So we're just going to use this intersection right here. We're going to say, okay, you can add in the incident ID, and the offense code, etc., etc. The first occurrence date, you can add in the date. The last occurrence date, the address of the location, and then is it crime, is it traffic, etc. So then just to save some time, we're going to say, okay, this was an auto theft. Now we save the data, and it's now added to the map. Now, the next layers that we have are the layers tool. This we went through a little bit in the last section of turning on and off the layers that allow for visual analysis to take place. And then we have the infographic. Now, the infographic is really cool because you're able to essentially go to different areas. So right now we're going to go to the Civic Park Center area. And then we're going to open the infographic, and it has the crime rates by category. So in this particular area, if you have a favorite restaurant or a favorite location that you like to go to, and you're wondering about what kind of crime goes around in the neighborhood, this one in particular has the public disorders as the highest rate of crime in this area, which makes up about 24% within the extent. So you can do this for pretty much any area, and this will update as you move around the map. So if you want to look at Denver in general, public disorders, theft from motor vehicle, and auto theft are the most prevalent crimes. Then moving forward, you can also just keep this open, and then you can use the bookmarks that were pre-populated with just general areas. So like Denver International Airport, if you're wondering, okay, larceny is the #1 function of crime that occurs in the airport region. And then the last widget that's on here is filtering by category. So you can filter by any of the categories that were pre-populated. So if you just want to see theft from motor vehicle, you don't care about any of the other types of crime that's going on, you can see where exactly the theft is going on throughout the city, where public disorders are, etc., etc. You can also add in your own custom attribute display. So if you really cool is you can filter by date. So if you want to say first occurrence is after the date, April 15th. Now it reduces all of the categories that you have now a double filter between public disorders and the occurrences that happen after a certain date. And then you can do that with whatever other filters you'd like. Another functionality, we have the draw tool. We have the widget. This bottom bar tells you within the extent, it breaks it out by generation, so you can see who is within this particular extent, who is living here and what types of generations are present. So millennials in this particular region near Cheeseman Park are the #1 generation that are living within this area. You can also switch to the base map, And then a really cool feature that you can use is the crime analysis portion. Now for this, we're going to go through an example in the next video, but this allows you to identify hotspots and divide by population so that it's equal across the board. And we'll go through that in the next section.